Welcome back, guys. This is another Trail Camera Tuesday. It's been a while since I've done a video. I apologize. I've just been busy. I've been running a lot of cameras lately. It's early August, trying to get some pictures of some velvet deer. But this weekend, I decided to kind of take a break from that, focus on some other things around the house. And I've had this Wildgame Innovations Switch Lights-Out trail camera for quite some time. I picked it up months ago. There was a sale running, and I got it for I think $20, $25, something like that. I've been critical of Wildgame Innovations cameras in the past, but this was just a deal that I couldn't pass up, so bought it and decided I'd give it a shot. I know nothing about this camera except for what it says in the box. It says it's 16 megapixels with a 60-foot flash range and less than 1 second shutter speed. So that's pretty good. It says it's easy to use with toggle switch settings, and it has automatic time sync with including daylight savings. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work. I do notice that it looks like there's an app on the App Store for this camera. So maybe that's how the time sync works. I'll have to download the app and check that out, and I'll be sure to show y'all. So as I said, 16 megapixel images, HD 720p video, 60-foot sensor. Let's see, up to a 32 gig SD card, 8 AA batteries, and one adjustable strap included. So looks like it says there's some presets for choosing your time zone, and then you can select photo, video, or off, and then a delay. And it looks like pretty much all the settings that are going to be on the camera itself. Now we'll have to dive into the app and see if there's more things that we can adjust. Anyway, let's grab a knife and we'll get this thing opened up and see what it looks like. All right, I'm back. I got a knife. We're going to open it up and see if we can get this sucker out of the box and see what it looks like. Oops. All right, so there we have it. There's the camera right off the bat. There's no integrated Python lock in the door, which is something that I really like. You can kind of see it there. I do like the profile of this camera. I feel like it kind of breaks up some of the straight lines on some other cameras, and maybe it'd be a little bit harder to see in the woods. Let's open up this door. Let's see. How does that open? Oh, okay. This whole thing is just on a slide. It just kind of slides on and off. Kind of tricky to slide off. That's kind of unique. I've never seen a camera quite like that. Interesting. On the inside here, the SD card slot has a nice little rubber insert. That's pretty neat. Maybe, if you were to get some moisture or water in here, maybe that would help protect your SD card. And setting switches and buttons, it's pretty standard. Battery tray, let's see. Okay, that's good. The battery tray actually slides in and out, which I much prefer over the ones that just have a little door the batteries drop out. This actually makes it really easy to change the batteries while it's on the tree. You don't actually have to take the camera off the tree in order to put new batteries on it and then put it back on. You can leave it in place, slide the tray out, and swap batteries. So that's nice. You actually have to slide this little slider back to the lock button to lock the tray in. It didn't just snap in. So slide it over to unlock, tray will slide out, slide it in, push it, and slide it over to lock, and that locks it in place. Well, let's look and see what else is in this box. So, let's see here. This is the Hunt Smart free ultimate scouting app. We'll have to check that out. Advanced features as low as $2 a month. Try a 30-day free trial. I'm not sure that I want to subscribe to another app, especially for a non-cellular camera. Free in-app features, map tools and GPS sync, image sorting, remote live view. Now that would be pretty cool. That'd be very useful for aiming the camera. The Weekend Warrior subscription, 2,500 photos for $2 a month. The Pro Hunter subscription. This must be for their cellular trail cameras, because this camera is just a regular one. I don't know why you'd subscribe for a number of photos per month if you're not getting, I don't know, because it seems pretty cheap for the number of photos. I'll download that and check it out and let y'all know. What else is in this box? We got some instructions, and a strap. It's a pretty good strap. I like these style straps. They're much better than some of the other ones I've used, and it's a huge improvement over the other Wildgame Innovation cameras that come with the bungee cord. I just prefer a strap. A lot of times I actually swap these out for paracord anyway, but when I am using it on private land or somewhere that I'm not as worried about being noticed, these straps tend to work a lot better than some of the other ones. So anyway, I'm going to download the app for this camera, and we'll check that out, and then we'll come back, we'll put batteries, SD card, get this thing set up, and then we'll get it out in the field and see what kind of pictures and videos we can get off of it. All right, guys, while we're waiting on that app to download, I figured we'd go ahead and get some batteries and an SD card installed in this camera. Let's go ahead and open up the door. See, when I shut it, this little string got catched on the outside. Just be mindful of that. Probably not good for the keeping the water and rain out. And this thing's tricky to get open. There we go. So it's got these little tabs. I just push my thumb up against there, and I can just push down to get it open. So here's that lock and unlock that I was talking about. So you just want to slide it over to the unlock position, and then this tray will slide out. Here we have our battery tray. I'm going to go ahead and get batteries installed. Whoops. All right, so we have our batteries installed. I'm just going to slide it back in the camera. Now remember, you have to push this back over. Once you get it pushed in, apply pressure with one hand, and you can slide it back over to the lock position. That's going to keep the tray from sliding out. So this is that SD card slot protector I was talking about, which is actually pretty cool. It's a little silicone or rubber deal that kind of protects your SD card. I kind of like that. Hopefully it kind of keeps some of the moisture out. So here I have a 16 gig class 10 SD card. It's been freshly formatted. I just want to slide that in there, and then we'll get that pushed back in place. So this is the first time I turn this camera on. So we'll see kind of how this works. So zone, I'm in the central time zone. So I'm going to slide this down to the C, which is the second option from the bottom. Time delay, and we'll put it in the middle at 30 seconds. then let's go to photo mode first. So when I slid it to the little photo icon, the green light comes on and the LCD screen pops up. So if we press OK, that's going to allow me to adjust the time. And it's around 10 a.m. right now. We'll say it's 10:15. Set the date, 8, I think it's August 6th, year 2022. And those are all of the settings. So I didn't see any settings for photo burst, which is something that I like. And that other Wildgame camera I had was the same way. And it didn't even allow you to really adjust the delay. So let's power it off. Let's go to video mode and just see if there's anything different on the settings in there. Same thing. The time didn't actually save. I'm going to have to reset that in video mode. That's kind of interesting. We're going to go back and say that's PM. I'll have to go back and fix that after a while. And this doesn't really matter. I'm going to go back and set it up later. But you have pretty much the same settings on video mode. So video mode I have set for 10 p.m. and photo I had set for 10 a.m. Let's go back into photo and see if that's stuck. Huh. I'm quite confused. It looks like you have to set the manually set the time every single time you use the camera. And the date didn't stick either. Maybe this is the auto sync function. Maybe once we get it connected to the app, that will solve that problem. We'll just have to check and see. I'm just curious what happens if we just let it sit there for a few minutes and see if it goes into start taking photos.
We'll just give it some time here for a second.
Okay, so the LCD screen did go off and the light's flashing a bunch of times, so that must mean it's ready to start taking photos. So if you do not have the app, you can still set this camera up and use it this way. The next thing I want to try is actually get into the app and see if we have some more functionality in there. So let's check that out.
Alright guys, so here's the me searching for the HuntSmart app in the App Store. It was pretty easy to find. I just searched for it and it pulled right up. I'm getting it downloaded now. I went ahead and clicked on the app while it was downloading. If you notice, it only has 3.8 stars. So anyway, now the app's downloaded, so I open it up. It asks to use my Bluetooth, which I allow. Then it asks to send notifications, which I do not want. Not now, anyway. And then it wants you to create an account. So I put in all my information, and then it wants you to go confirm your email address, which I do. When you confirm your email address, it takes you to this web page and says your email has been confirmed. And you can go back to the app, and then it asks you to scan the barcode on the front of your camera. I could not find a barcode anywhere on this camera, as you see, and I really think this is for their cell cameras more than anything. So after looking, I eventually gave up and said I could not find it. So then it asked me to select the type of device, which was not listed. So I clicked input the device ID, and I put the camera's name as it was on the box in this location, thinking that maybe it would use that to find the camera model. And then after that, it actually asked me to choose the camera model, so I picked the Switch. But I don't know which one of these options my camera was, because it's actually the 16 gigabyte Switch and it's not a 20. So I said I do not know. And then I was asked to name the camera. This is pretty neat though. It actually uses the GPS on your phone to mark the location, so that's pretty neat. And then once you finish that, the camera is activated. So I looked through the settings in this HuntSmart app quite a bit, and I was unable to find any way to connect it to this particular camera. Maybe I'm missing something, and if so, you're more than welcome to point me in the right direction. But I was not able to get it working and had to go with manual settings. Alright guys, so somehow I managed to delete the video where I was setting up the camera, but basically I just set this thing up behind my house on a little food plot I got set up. Didn't really end up getting very many pictures of deer. I left the camera on photo mode for around a week and then video mode for around a week, so I got some examples of both, but unfortunately not many deer. But anyway, check out what came off the camera, and hopefully it'll give you a better idea for the quality of photos this thing's taking. Alright guys, so here first picture is a picture of a doe at night. Pretty decent. Here's another picture, I believe it's the same deer. Not too bad for night quality photo. This is kind of a blurry photo. I don't know if it was some fog. This is something I've noticed with wildlife, these type of cameras. Here's a picture of my little boy during the daytime. Again, not a bad quality photo. There's another picture, a little bit hazy. Could have been some fog or moisture in there. Here's our first video. I had a lot of pictures in this camera of just like this where there was nothing in it, and I think it was just some wind blowing and blowing around some of that grass and stuff, and it was triggering the camera. And finally, here's a video of a deer, and I will note there's no audio with these videos. So anyway guys, thanks for checking it out, and I hope this was informative and helped somebody out. Appreciate it.